Hello? Hello, hello, hello. We are streaming, and I know we are excessively late. We are ridiculously late. Don't get me wrong, I'm normally late. But normally, I'm late by about 30 minutes. So, we are unboxing, as the title says, the Sentinels Edition Viper V3. Woo! Look at that. Damn. Honestly, it is absolutely crazy because I remember seeing this specific mouse and going, oh my god, it's a red mouse. So we're gonna take picture. Oh, Jesus Christ, something got stuck in my throat there. All right. We're gonna be taking some pictures of this afterwards, right after unboxing it. And the reason for that is I've found that every time I try to take pictures after I've tested them out, which is normal for me, they are dusty as all hell. And I've only used it for maybe a month. Okay? It's crazy. It's crazy. Don't get me wrong. It's not the worst thing. Or not the best thing. It's not the worst thing. I can always clean it off. I have my trusty little brush over here. I can just right? And it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But before that, let's actually unbox it. So, boom. You get to see the side of the desk now, guys. Like, oh my god, it's so excessively bright. Don't get me wrong. It is excessively bright. Okay. So this right here is the Razer V3 Pro Sentinels Edition. And honestly, it's a red mouse and it's a Razer Viper. I've not tried any of the Razer Viper series for an extended period of time personally, but I've heard that it is good. It is a nice shape. I personally like the G900 series from Logitech, and this symmetrical shape is good. However, the thing I don't like about this, I get it, it's a Pro Edition. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, whenever I see Pro Edition, I just think everything else. Ooh, that's a different color, isn't it? Oh, that's a much more saturated color. Anyways, we'll fix that for next time. So there is a difference between these two cameras here. Anyways, this is from Razer. They did not send this out. I had to buy this myself. And a funny story about that is when I bought this mouse, I bought it from Razer, and I think it was Razer Canada. At least I thought it was Razer Canada, because when they sent this to me, it says it came from Ontario, CA, and I was surprised that I had to pay taxes on it for shipping from the United States of America. And if you know when this is, well, you know how that's a problem. And it says, and I kid you not, it says Ontario, CA. It says shipped from Ontario, CA. Okay? This is shipped from Ontario, CA. Okay? It's Ontario, California. I didn't know Ontario, California existed. I just knew that Ontario, Canada existed. I should have figured that it would be something like Mississauga, Ontario. It would be MIS or Mississauga ONT or Mississauga ON, not CA from Ontario. I'm just an idiot. That's what I am. I was just an idiot. So I had to pay taxes for this, and it was great. It was great. Yeah. Decides to buy this. I bought this literally a month ago. Last week, you know that one day I totally missed to do the stream because I got busy, and it was a photo day. This was it. This is what I was supposed to do, right? But no, we didn't do that, unfortunately. But let's actually unbox this. Looks like we are able to just peel it off from here. I don't really like doing that, but we can. Personally, I'm just gonna cut the sides here. I'm gonna just use the knife, my good old trusty Leatherman, right? Oh, not that one. Let's use this guy. Boom. And if you guys didn't know, the reason why that hole exists on the Leatherman, like straight up, is literally so you can use it as a thumb grip. So you go here. Oh wait, push it down, right? You just push it. But unfortunately, I really need for my Leatherman to be torn apart and and cleaned. And part of that is purely because I do need and I do need this to open smoothly with just my thumb. That would be great. Like, ugh. It takes way too much effort. Like, I'm not joking when I say I'm pushing it with my nail. Because if I use just my thumb, I'm screwed. If I use just my thumb, I'm screwed. I'm like, I literally can't. You know what I mean? Boop. Like look at that. Look at that. Like, come on. Ugh. There you go. There we go. See? Okay, but let's open this. Alright. Let's go over the specs actually before we do. Or as we cut it open, right? Bam. Alright, looks like 54 grams, ultra lightweight design. Yeah, cool. Razor, if you're not aware, we're at 49 and going on to 39 for the experimental stuff. So, catch up. No, but I don't think it's gonna be for something like the Razer Viper. If I remember correctly, there are a bunch of mice that is basically a shell on your most touch surfaces on a mouse without the rest of the mouse, right? And it uses the regular Razer Hyperspeed wireless optical mouse switches Gen 3, so it's just Gen 3. For the most part, Razer switches haven't really failed me. A lot of people say that the switches on the Razers are much better. Oh, hey, Plastic Bits, how are you? They say that the switches on the Razer are much better than Logitech, but so far I haven't had my Logitech fail on me. So it looks like their percentage of having switches that are bad is slightly higher. But then again, if they sell 1 million mice and 1% of 1 million is like a couple thousand, then a couple of thousand people will be complaining. So that's fine. I just happen to be the lucky ones that aren't within that section. Also, the cool thing about this specific model is that I don't have to pay extra for the 8000 Hz wireless polling dongle, which is included. I do have the Razer dock here, as you can see, so I do have another Razer. Yeah, tired gonna go? Alright, yeah. You're good, Pasek. I was late anyways. You're good. Yeah. But yes, we're just unboxing this and we're going to do a quick photo shoot of it. It's probably going to be relatively quick and hopefully I can get decent photos of it. I might just go with what I already did with my other mice and put it on the white background. I think red and white make a really nice combination for this specific thing. However, I don't know what else to put it on because I have the green one set up currently. So if I put it onto the set here. Whoop. Hello? Work? No? There we go. Alright, so if I put it on the set here, as you can see, it is red and green, which is, you know, the usual stuff, but we don't really want that, so we're gonna grab this guy. Oh, Jesus. Alright. But yes, so, but you actually do pay extra for the 8000 Hz polling, it's just you don't have an extra box that the 8000 Hz polling rate dongle comes with, because normally it costs about $30 and this costs extra. If I'm not mistaken, it costs extra $30, but that might be Canadian or US. I can't remember the specifics. Double check on the site, and given how current events are going, it might literally be 50. But what else is on here? Yes, so they're using their Focus Pro 35K optical sensor. This is its 2nd generation. But yeah, that is literally it. Okay, so smart tracking, asymmetric cutoff, dynamic sensitivity. If they could do it in steps, I don't see why the dynamic sensitivity will be bad. And DPI sensitivity matcher. I don't know what that means. 2-year warranty, which is good. Most of the manufacturers always have 1 year, and some of them don't even really have warranty because it's like, oh, it only applies in certain regions, and you go, okay, buddy, okay, fine, I suppose. All right, so, oh, let me put this aside. Boom. And I'll pull this out. Yeah, come on. Boom. Woo! That is nice. Don't get me wrong, that is goddamn nice. All right, they give it to you in a nice flat package, as you can see. Boom. So let's go over here. Oh, that is getting oversaturated. Yo, that looks like it's getting a line. Like, woo, look at that. Yeah, that is crazy. I wish I didn't see the manufacturing lines, because I can see the manufacturing lines quite well. I don't know if you can see it on that specifically, but whew, boom. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. If I go to the top down, should be able to see more of it. Come on, focus, focus. Oh, you guys can't see it. Damn, I can see it in real life. It's like literally right there where the light is shining, or that excessively bright light is going on. Whoo! Okay, time to try this a little bit. We're just gonna palm it. I like it. I like how it looks. Oh, okay, okay. That's lovely. That's lovely. Woo! Look at that. All right, we got your regular old scroll wheel. Let's pause the music real quick. Yeah, it's a very soft scroll wheel. Solid clicks. That's 2 different clicks from left and right, so that's inconsistent. Is it just because I'm holding it differently? Oh, it's because I'm holding it differently. Don't. What? No, that's different. Yeah, that's different. Is the curve in the front different? So the cool thing about this is if you look at the front profile. Oh, what headphones am I using right now? These are the V-Moda M300s? Question mark? 200s, my bad. 200s. That's the headphone I'm using right now. Oh, which ones are the best sounding? Well, it depends on my mood. Unfortunately, it depends on my mood. So best sounding is dependent on your tastes, both in music and in how they sound. But if you're looking for headphones, just like generic, I would literally go to the most of the Sony stuff, the JBL stuff. Like, get the wireless stuff. You don't want to go into the audiophile hobby. Trust me, you do not want to go into the audiophile hobby. It is literally, this is a wired piece of headset, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, cost about $300. It's wired. There is no Bluetooth on this. There's nothing. Sennheiser, you just need an amp. Well, I mean, there's a couple of new amps coming out. If you're into the retro stuff, I think FiO has a new company they called Snow Sky, which they have this little weird cassette player looking thing that is it's just an amp. That's all it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But for the most part, you don't really need an amp for your headphones, assuming you're getting enough volume, right? Okay. Viper V3 Pro. Actually, look, it says Viper V3 Pro on this one. HD 600? I don't believe that needs an amp. That's like what, 32 ohms? Sennheiser. Sennheiser. Yup. Resistance. Is it? Jesus, these are $600? The hell? Where's specifications, buddy? Alright. Okay. Oh, it's 300 ohm. Jesus. Oh. Maybe indeed crank up the volume on that one. Maybe you actually do want to crank up the volume on that one. Which is why I started the music, because I crank up the volume. Alright, so let's check out this dongle. We're going to be using it anyways, so we're going to take this off. Ooh, it's a nice peel. Ooh, I like that peel. Boom. Got that peel. That's a nice peel. boom. And then put you back in there. Now you're all okay. And as you can see, this is the dongle that comes with it. The serial number is stamped on the side, and you can peel it off. But at least you know what it's for. Viper V3 Pro. Yeah. So with the Viper, the cool thing is because a lot of dongles they just say 8,000 hertz polling. Like for example, it just has this. Right? It just says that it's 8,000 hertz, but it actually connects to multiple different mice. I believe you can probably pair this with a different mice that supports it. For example, this supports only 4,000 hertz. This is the Razer Basilisk V3 Pro. Yep. So turns out V3 Pros are what I'm buying for Razer. All right, I'm gonna take off the plastic before I get flamed like every other every other person that got flamed for, oh, the skates don't feel that good, and then turns out they just don't have they didn't remove the goddamn the goddamn cover. All right, boom, that's crazy. All right, this is a glass mouse pad. This is the Razer Akari from Razer. Is it Akari? I think it's Akari. But yes, the Razer Akari from Razer. Razer Akari from Razer. Yes, indeed, I'm smart. Okay, this feels nice. This is not bad. It's very light in the hand. It matches this relatively well. I'm not feeling any dead spots in terms of the ability to move things around. It is light. In just general fashion, if I was to do my regular grip, I would probably hold it in the back. The matte texture is a little slippery. It doesn't provide a lot of grip, at least in the back here, for the palm, which is fine. It's just when you grip it, if I put any pressure on it, it's fine. Good, but when you're just using palm, not great. Okay, so on my palm, it's fine. If I was to fingertip grip it a little bit there, I can still click on the buttons just fine. I can go all the way to the back and still click it, but that takes a lot of effort. So around here is a sweet spot. And you can still reach the... Yeah, I can still reach the scroll wheel. No left and right scroll tilt, which is a bummer. The side buttons. Oh, they're relatively silent, which is good. I like that. Being relatively silent. Let me pause the music real quick, so you guys can hear that. There you go. So it's relatively quiet, not silent, to be very specific. Okay, and that's good. The hump isn't too far back. It does land where my knuckles normally land. So this mouse is a little too far forward. If the hump was a little backwards and rose up a little bit, I probably would have a little more comfortable time with it, personally. And that's just a personal gripe. Again, another personal gripe that I have with these types of mice is you can see on the other underside, it uses a button. It's not a switch, which I don't like. I'd rather have a switch than a button, because with a button, you have to hold it. And I hate that. I just want to know it's off. I just want to know it's off. There is no RGB on this thing as far as I'm aware, other than the DPI indicator on it. Okay. We're already getting dust on it, and it's literally been out for, what, 10 minutes? It's been out for 10 minutes. Okay. Let's check this guy here. Woo-hoo. All right. All right. So this is a... Ooh, I don't like it. Yeah, no. All right. So they expect you to be using this absolutely wireless. 100%. What I do like about the Razer cables, honestly, like, look at this cable. It's really nice. Okay. I'm using a Razer cable for the actual keyboard right now. That's what I'm using. I might replace it with this. Not gonna lie. The reason why, because this is an actual mouse cable, right? So if I pull this out versus this guy, right? So we're gonna grab you here. Boom. And looks like that's just a placeholder. So the little box is a placeholder. This is really thick. little piece of foam in order for it not to slip. But let's put that down. Let's put that here. We got that there. And as you can see, we got the Razer Sentinel Viper Pro Edition. We're going to put that to the side for now. But let's take a look at this wire. All right. Let me pull out the older wire from Razer. This is from the Viper V3 Pro. This is from the Basilisk V3 Pro. Much better wire for... Look at this. It's easily pliable. It's falling quite literally, right? So if you were using this as an actual tethered mouse, it's fine. However, this one, not so much. If I pull this out, it does bend over, but look, it's not falling. It's staying upright. It's at a 90-degree angle, dude. Right? I grab this other wire. Oh, boom. Oh, see, it's like flopping at least, right? So depending on where it is, yeah, see, now it flops all the way down. So this is a lot more pliable, a lot lighter. They expect you completely to use this wireless, not wired. In other words, this is just a decent quality cable with some braiding on it. Of course, the regular Razer branding. And the usual Razer green insides. See, green inside for the USB. Nice touch, don't get me wrong, but I would have still liked the ability to use a wire when I need to charge. For example, like, don't get me wrong, you're not gonna forget to charge this thing if you're in a competition, but I don't go to competitions at all currently anymore. As if I went to competitions. I play competitively, but I don't really go competition. But if you were doing competitions, I have no doubt that this would be absolutely fine in them. But I don't use these just to, go play games, right? I do everything else with it. All right. That's nice. All right, let's get to this. Green as well, as Razer does. Nice branding on both sides. Honestly, a decent quality cable. So if you are that type of person, like, oh, I need quality stuff, this would be it. But it doesn't serve the purpose of if I ever wanted to use it wired. It just doesn't. I'm gonna swap it. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna swap this with this, and like I said, this is yellow, I think. No, it's a green. Yeah, it's green. Yeah, see, it's Razer. Boom, it's a Razer thing. All right. The real question, is it the same size? It might be the same size, yeah. It might actually be the same size. So, since it's the same size, I should be able to, in theory, take this guy and literally plug it in here. Yep, I can. As you can see, I easily can do that. Awesome. Alright, the downside is I can't use this anymore. This actually is a receiver as well, so this doubles as a receiver and a receiver and a charger. And ooh, I don't think this is possible. No, they would have to add weight into this for this to be compatible here. Yeah, it's not even compatible here. It won't charge that way. That's a missed opportunity. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate that it doesn't do this, where it doesn't stand like the other one, but given the type of use that they expect out of this type of mouse, makes sense. I just loathe having to insert a cable into the mouse constantly, right? Especially if you're an 8,000 hertz polling, the battery life is gonna suck on this. It doesn't even mention the battery life. That's how you know that the battery life isn't really a consideration for this. They are plugging this in, using it specifically during the tournament and calling it a day. Or you're in a gaming session and you use it plugged in for the most part, which is again why I wish they just used the softer, much more pliable cable. As you can see, it just goes. This one, not so much, right? Like if I put it where it was previously, I'm shaking here and it's not going. It's soft, don't get me wrong. I like that it's a nice soft high quality cable, but it's not a gaming mouse cable. Don't get me wrong. some people, I guess, would expect this cable, which is nice, thick, a little heavy, higher quality, versus this weird little dongly, like, oh, it's the sheath is basically like fraying off of it type of cable. Yeah, makes sense, but no, 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 not for this very specific use case. Don't get me wrong. For this specific use case, I would use this. So if anything goes wrong with the wireless, you can swap to this and it doesn't feel like you're dragging your mouse in order to get this working, right? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. All right. Let's see. We're not going to test this today. I'm going to test this. I'm going to make a video on it as per usual, but that might take a week or two, probably a month, because normally I give it a test for at least a week to see how it feels in the hand. But if I was to give my impressions on this, I would rather give it a month before that. I do have the Neo Ergo. I'm going to make a video on the Neo Ergo first. I was going to make a video on the Dynabird, but we're going to nix all of the audio reviews due to work. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Yeah, I don't exactly want to get let go just because I'm doing audio things after not being allowed to do audio things, I guess. It's not that I'm not allowed, it's just that is going to be what I do for the foreseeable future. Yeah, so completely different. So I do all the audio things separately, which is good, and then I do these things for myself. All right, let's get this box on the side. This is the accessories that come with it. Let's push this down. Boom. Oh, ta-da. There we go. So the accessories that come with it in the box are literally just these. And of course, where's the documentation? You know what? I'll just take a quick look at the documentation. I don't think there's anything special with said documentation, but you know, I'm gonna take a quick look. Damn, it took me 27 minutes to do that. All this. Streaming takes a lot. This would have been like 10 minutes, not even, of me going through it. I'm just verbalizing everything as I open it up at the moment, right? Okay. Oh, wait. Why did I do that? I don't need the cable today. Let me pull this out. Let's see. Do we get anything else? Go green with the razor. This wrapper is made of plastic with at least 30% post-consumer recycled content. Well, at least they're recycling. Given that they're using a lot of plastics, at least they are recycling. Okay. Certificate of citizenship, because, you know, I totally needed that. Alright, let's check this out. Viper V3 Pro. Yeah, so it is a low battery indicator more than anything. That's a little sad. Hold down the mouse button for 3 seconds. The dongle gives you your estimated current battery life remaining. That's good, that's good. Well, let's get you covered. Rest of your product can score exclusive benefits. Maybe I should at this point. Gosh. Alright. Unleash your true potential. Wow. Alright. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, hyper speed wireless 2.4 gigahertz mode. Yep. Now ready to use the usual warnings. And then, oh yeah, I guess. Okay, let's go. I was complaining about it. This might be the first time I actually use it. These might be useful. Alright, I'm glad I opened that. The absolutely useless piece of packaging. Please stop this. I understand, like, your fanboys love this stuff, but this is plastic, guys. We don't need this. We don't need this. Honestly, on checkout, ask. I think if on checkout ask, like, would you like a free sticker pack? And they're like, whoa, we get a free sticker pack? Yeah, even if it literally they never use it, even if, like me, they put it in the garbage, never look at it again. Okay, but whatever. I'll put this in here. It's fine. We're gonna push this back. Boom. We're gonna use this eventually, so I'm gonna leave it out. I'm gonna have to rewire my entire computer for this, but Well, at least that one wire, not one specific wire. Anyways, put this to the side. All right. So this is what you get in the box. You get these four things. You get the decent wire, more than decent wire, high quality. Honestly, or at least it feels that way. Only time will tell. Mind you, you're plugging it in, never looking at it again, so you're fine. It's gonna be fine. You got the 8K polling rate, kind of what's it called 8K polling rate dongle. In other words, you're gonna have high refresh rate for the specific, the polling. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, it's much more responsive because it pulls the computer pulls it at a higher rate. In other words, it does it 8,000 times a second. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. 8,000 times a second. It comes included, and you are kind of forced to buy it with the Sentinels edition. And the reason for that is because I believe the regular Razer Viper V3 Pro only comes with the 1000 hertz dongle. Like if I take this guy off, right? It'll be one of these dongles. This one is for the Basilisk V3 Pro. Yeah. And that's on the side, and I don't have it on the mouse because like I could just put it on the mouse. Don't get me wrong. I can just take this here. I'll put it on the mouse. It really doesn't matter to me personally because the weight isn't an issue when it comes to these things. Yeah. Boom. So boom. And then, but yes, this is a little chonky. Don't get me wrong. This is a little chonky, but given the feature that it has for this, then yes, it's fine. It's fine. All right. Oh no, we're getting dust on it. All right, and there's the mouse. The mouse is asymmetrical design, left and right. It's slightly asymmetrical because of the left-hand side where the side buttons are. There are no side buttons on the right-hand side. I believe older versions of the Razer Viper had the buttons on the right and left as well. I personally prefer that, but this is the newer versions. I might double check the older versions as well, just to be able to use them. But then again, I'm probably going to get a used one just because there's no real reason for me to get a brand new one of those, especially given the price and the current things that's going on right now. But I do like this. This is a nice looking mouse. Oh, ads. We'll be back in a bit. I'll be back after the ads. All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right. So, now that we've discussed what this is like, or at least the general gist of it, I personally like it. It's good. In general, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It is good in general. But, let's try to take a photo of it. Let's move on to the boom. This guy right here. We're gonna take a horizontal photo, guys. Let's do horizontal today. Christ, this mouse looks unreal. I just put it in and it already looks good. Jesus. Eesh. This is what happens when you buy good looking things. It just kind of just looks good. In general. In general, it just looks good. Holy. Okay, let's go. Holy. Finally. There we go. All right, top address microphone indeed. Top address microphone indeed. All right, so we have that there. Oh, we forgot the freaking item. All right, so we're not following me. We are good to go. Let's go. All right, so we got this camera. We got the side camera so you can see what's happening and how it's kind of being lit. Of course, we're going to use the wide camera over there in the back. We might be able to change how this one camera is eventually, but I have to clear out a bunch of things first. Because if you look on, I guess I can move this a little bit. If you look at where this all is, there's a bunch of knickknacks over there. And if I was to shoot past that section and have it, set on the inside, then I would have a horrible time getting a shot with all that in the way. Not only that, I might need to buy another camera for another top down. Okay. All right. Oh, jeez. I misaligned it. There you go. You can see exactly what I'm doing. All right. As we try to do it over here. I don't know. Do you guys think it's worth for me to move this to the other side and then take this big thing and move it a little more to the left? Because I feel like if I take the boom arm and then move it all the way to the left, I can keep all of this mostly to the right and it'll be better. But we'll find out. Dude, this mouse looks unreal by itself. It's not even being properly lit here. It's just because of the matte texture. It's reflecting a lot of light, and just moving it around feels unreal. That's a real mouse, guys. Like, whew, look at that. Jesus. Okay. All right, how do I do this? Red and green. We've been doing a lot of red and green lately. Let me bust out one of the white mats that I have. Or we can be real nice to Razer and we can use the white desk pad. Or their white mouse pad. I don't like doing this, but oh, we are. Oh my god. Alright. Honestly, as much as there was a lot of buzzing earlier. There's like a it's that ming. There's no more Okay, anyways, now that that's gone, whatever that was previously, because I think that was something happening around the area. There might be washing machine going on, because I believe the washing machines are relatively close to me. So, anyways, what was I saying? Right, I'm going to go with white and red. All right, we're gonna go with white and red today. That is what we're gonna try to use. Why do we have this? There's so much stuff. I have too many things. I'm not gonna lie. I have way too many things. Alright. Boom. We're gonna grab you. Alright. Make sure that it's not too dusty, right? Gotta make sure it's not too dusty. That's what I'm doing. That's how you do it. Okay. Same with this guy. Woo. That's crazy. Alright, we can move things around. Let's take you, We it down. Bam. And then, all of a sudden, we have a white background. Okay. Oh, we need to be closer. Or, instead of being closer, we can just elongate it this way. Boom. Elongated. Bam, bam. This is, where is this? Oh, okay. So we have a lot of room to wiggle in. All right. Looks like we have a relatively gray background. In other words, it's not lit enough. Since it's not lit enough, we have to light it up. But first, let's compose a little bit. All right. Let's compose a little bit. We do want the separator piece, so we're gonna take this little brick. Oh, brick here. All right. Let's see, what do we got? What do we have? We're gonna go over here. We're gonna say this is the composition that we kind of want. We're gonna put it on the right hand side. Okay. The downside is now we're seeing, as you can see here, you can see a little bit right there. It's a little bit of that brick. So we're gonna move it a little to the left. Boom. Again, we gotta spray this down. Alright. But because this is a Razer product, what we can do is we can definitely keep the Razer logo somewhere. Let's get the Razer logo somewhere. Boom. Let's get the Razer logo right there in the corner. Boom. A little to the left. A little too much to the left. Boom. Because we can clone the rest of it later. Right? We're gonna grab this. We're gonna push it through. Again, we are making sure that we don't get any of that brick included. Boom. All right, let's check what it looks like on the camera itself. Oh, jeez. Moving the camera a lot. All right. Okay, let's go to the focus section. Function. Autofocus. No, we are doing manual focus, please, and thank you. Thank you. Manual focus. So if I move the focus ring and then I move it to the wrong side of the map because this is upside down and I totally forgot. As you can see, we have that. We're gonna go have, as you can see, it says Razer. We are at F11 currently, right? At F11, we are getting a bunch of, yeah, we are indeed getting a good amount of the mouse in focus. It is also a little too much to the side, so we're gonna do that. So it is slanted just because of how it's angled. So if I need to angle it slightly to the left, then we should be good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get these little thingamabobs. Doesn't really matter what it is. We're just gonna slide a couple of things underneath and see how it does. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's gonna fall off. There we go. It's less likely to fall off. Maybe we just... Where's that one piece that I moved? There you go. Clean it a little. Put it up there and... Oh, nope, it really doesn't. They don't want to, eh? Come on. Just a little bit. I don't need you there for the entire time. There you go. Boom. It's a little bit better, but again, we're seeing that brick. We don't want to see that brick. So can we stop seeing that brick if we move it a little closer? Yes, we are stopping. We're not seeing the brick if we move a little closer. Okay, however, I don't necessarily want to put the poster putty on this so soon, but it looks like we'll have to. We're gonna use cleaner poster putty right now, and the reason for the cleaner poster putty is just because this is a new mouse, and I don't want to ruin the finish entirely. Like, don't get me wrong, the finish is fine on it, but I don't want to ruin it entirely. We're just gonna take a couple photos here anyways. So we're gonna take a decent chunk right there. Okay, doesn't look like it's too bad. It's not too bad. We're gonna take a decent chunk. We're gonna take that, and we're gonna make it a nice little tower, right? Nice little tower. We're gonna take this, and we're gonna let's push it up like that. And then we'll push it. There we go. Boom. That's exactly where we wanted it. Alright. We want it there. But now we do need to light the actual scene a little bit. So we have the generality of our composition. I don't know. Is that the... Yeah, no, that's just the side buttons. We're good. We are good. So we're gonna do this section here. Later, we are going to come closer, and we're just gonna do this, alright? But for now, we are over here. So, boom, we got that. We're seeing a bunch of it. And then, let's light it with soft light from the bottom. I think the bottom is really nice here. Going by the product photography that we're seeing here, it's lit at left and right sides. So we're gonna take our little thing here, little thing we say. All right, we'll take a light. I am gonna be desaturated, but hopefully we get the rest of this photo well done. Okay. All right, so I'm at a 45-degree angle, and I'm gonna shine it down. Ooh. Boom. So we're shining it down on that. Okay, I don't want to shine it here. I want to shine it probably closer to center, just because I can get a lot more of that text. Okay. All right, closer to center here. Center mass. Hold the wire. Make sure we don't screw everything up. Boom. Let's move this out. Let's move this here. Alright. One of the things I need to buy, not gonna lie, is a much larger softbox. Okay. Boom. Boom. Alright. So we're getting the light that we want, or at least I'm getting the light that I want. However, the downside with getting the light like this is I'm still pissed about this modifier because they had to change it to create these shadows just so it's more even. Like, look at these shadows. Like, look how many layers that is. That's just one shadow from one device, and we're getting this weird layering effect. Okay, so I'm just gonna take it off. I'm just take it off. You know, it doesn't need that. Where is it? There he is. No, don't need that. Look at that now. Look at how defined that shadow is. I'd rather have that defined shadow than a more even spread of light. Like, don't get me wrong. I get it that the fall off makes sense, that people don't like it, but still, I'd rather. All right. Okay. Let's move this away as I move these lights yet again. All right. Boom. Because I want it. There we go. That is closer to what I want. Okay. Closer to what I want. Much closer. Okay. I don't want it too much. Yes. Oh. Boom. Okay, what is causing that shadow? No, it's that. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right, we can move the camera and this. Okay, I want to manipulate the shadow. I want the shadow to be... I really want this light to be much farther away. And... okay, to do that, I have to move this slightly forward and this way. Okay. And then, I take you and move that shadow closer or farther than intended. There we go. So if I move that here, right, or at least back a little. We want to be as close as possible, so we're moving it a lot, as you can see. And then I need this to match up. We're gonna line it up with the camera. There we go. And then we're just gonna get that corner away. There we go. Boom. Now we can move this into position with a better shadow. There we go. That is a better shadow. Do we want to go closer? I think going closer might be better, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go a little closer, right? I'm going to bring it closer. Let's see what happens to that shadow. Yeah, that shadow, and then move it. Yeah, no, because that shadow is... The shadow that I want might be a little lower. Yes, if I do this here. Alright, so we're getting a crap ton of light, as you can see. Oh my god. And the shadow is way too far. Way too far. I need to get right on it. Farther down. No, because I need it to be closer. So to be closer, I would need to be farther. I would need to be farther, unfortunately. Yeah, farther is indeed the way I need to go. Yep, there it is. That's where I want it. That's generally where I want it. But the camera is in the way regardless. That's the problem. That's the problem. Alright, let's try to get there anyways. Alright, so this is the problem I'm facing, and that is the camera. That is the position of the camera. Nothing much I can do about it. However, I can take it out. Boom, it's gone. See, it's not even gone. It's just kind of gone. It's not even, as you can see, it's kind of gone, but not really. It's somewhat gone, I guess. All right, so we have part of the light exactly where we want it. So we just have to position this correctly. Boom. And then, because we have our light from the right-hand side shining onto it, I'm going to drop it down or make it go lower. However, we need a reflector into this section. So we're gonna grab our trusty little, what's it called? Where is it? Where's our trusty little whiteboard? Huh? I know I had it. Where are you? White piece of paper. There you are. Okay, so we have a white piece of paper. All we really need. Just go. Where do we go? Where are we for reflecting? Yes, right there. As you can see, the only reason we're doing this is to get a lot more of the text in the shot in light. There we go. So now if we go close enough, we can get, boom, we got a bunch of light. So we're gonna do this and we're gonna take a photo from this. All right, it's gonna be a 5-second shutter. Oh, it's not a 5-second shutter function. Drive mode. 5 seconds, yes, please and thank you. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Just about there. Just about there. Right? Did we get that right? Right here. There. Like this. Just like. Oh, I have my grubby face in the my fingers in the photo. There we go. There we go. Just outside of frame. Oh, a little too much. Boom. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Okay. So we got that, and one of our lights just left us. No. No. Why could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. I forgot to charge the things like an idiot. as usual. All right, so we'll let it charge for a little bit right now. I do have another reflector that I'm currently missing right now. I know I had another reflector, but we're missing that reflector right now, so we're not gonna do that. Okay, so we have a relatively decent photo. We have the razor thing here. Let's move this lower, actually. Move it a little lower. Boom. It's still a bummer that I can't quite get that to disappear. Yeah, we'll get most of it to disappear, but that just moves this shadow, and I don't like how this shadow looks like that. I do want it to be a lot closer to the center here, as you can see. Oh, not too bad. It's not too bad, but again, this is where I want it, right there. Do you think the shadow's fine? I think the shadow's fine. It adds a little bit of weight, and it tells me that it's floating. There we go. There we go. I think that makes sense. Right, that makes sense. It's a little too tilted towards the camera. We might undo the tilt just a touch, and to do that, all I have to do is press down. There we go. I think that's enough, right? Boom! We look like we're head on to camera. Let's go. It doesn't look awkward. Like normal. Okay. Let's clean this off again. Because it's easier. It's easier to clean it like this than in post. Don't get me wrong. Always easier to clean like that than in post. Okay, so I need a bunch of white. Oh, it's the Pokemon box. Yep. Okay, I have another Pokemon box that is white in the back. Nope, that's not white in the back. However, I do have this white item. It is reacting white item. No, can we not do that? There we go. There we go. There's our bounce. Just a little bit of bounce. Okay. Right at the edge there. Boom. That's our bounce. We are getting the Sentinel edition there. So we should be good. Let's move it a little closer. Get a little bit more of that light. Okay. Too low, too high on the composition. We're a little too close, not gonna lie. We're a lot closer than we want to be. Okay. Oh, can we just... Hello? Yeah, okay. Follow me. Yes. Please, thank you. There we go. We really should drop the ISO during these specific things. All right, so image ISO 100. We're gonna do ISO 100 over here because we are just... Oh, we're actually not bad over here. Holy, let's go. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, ad starts in a minute. All right, I'm gonna start the ad real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. So we got that photo. We got this section here. And then now we should be able to use this guy. Hello. Hello. A lot better effectiveness than. Right? Oh, it's harsh though. It is harsh though, and a different temperature. What's the temperature on this? Boom. Okay, so this is almost a matching temperature. Right around here. This is way too. It's not soft enough. So we're gonna grab this guy, which is a softener. So we're gonna soften it quite a bit, but we're also gonna reduce it to about 30%. I think 30% right there. Boom. As you can see. No, but it's mixed color though. That's a downside. It's mixed color. I get the stand right there. Okay. Because it looks like mixed color. As you can see, I have this one here. And in terms for the sides, let's get some more light on the sides as well. Or at least on the right hand side. Right there. Boom. Right there. We got it. We got a nice photo. On the right hand side, we are just reflecting just enough to get through. Just enough to get through. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna take that photo. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boom. We got some photos. Oh, I forgot. I forgot we had noise. I forgot we had noise in the background. Sorry, guys. Sorry. All right. Do we want the front to be lit as well? You want front light? No, the front light definitely has to be a thing. Look at that. Look at how nice it looks. Just doing that. Right? Right? Okay, so we're gonna take this photo as well. Just see if we can get a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. See? So, that's the hard part. I can move this one light over. And this should change the dynamic quite well. Right, let's take you. So we have 2 lights right now. And the problem with 2 lights, as you can see, is it's going through. Okay. Alright. Oh, actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. That is not bad. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. Don't realize this thing. This is where it was. It's back. Alright. Since we have that there, we can just use this. Slight light. Yeah, slight light. Because it affects these little 2 sections here. We're gonna put that in. We're gonna put that in. As you can see, we're lighting the bejesus out of this. And we're using the most random things ever. It is so random. By the way. Hello. There we go. Yeah, so it's so random. Like, don't get me wrong, we're lighting it with the randomest thing, but it is working, and we are gonna keep it that way. We're gonna keep it working. Okay? Alright. Left hand side. Can't see. We can look over here. Yep, let's get the left hand side as well. We're gonna get the left hand side, and we're just gonna do it this way. I can't see. I literally can't see. Not that the camera, not that the light is in my face, I can't see. Like, obviously. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna boop, open this guy up. Ta-da! It's opened up. And now I can do this. Am I a touch overexposed? Is it just me, or am I a touch overexposed? I'm probably not overexposed. Do I have to go higher with this one? Because I would go higher. Yep, I need to be higher. No! I need to be a little higher. Okay, to be a little higher, I require a little bit more. We're just adding more things. That's all we're doing. We're just adding more things. Okay. And then we're hoping to the gods that it's high enough. It's not quite high enough. I just need a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay, so this is not large enough. Maybe this guy? We're just stacking. We're playing Jenga here, buddy. There you go. No, still a little bit more. A little bit more. Where was it? Around here. Yep, around here. So that is quite high. Alright, we're gonna go much, much higher. And to do that, we have negative fill here. Don't get me wrong, that is negative fill. Boom, so that's a negative fill, as you can see. Then we have the positive right there. Oh, no. There. Right there. Right around there. There you go. Okay, now we have this weird shadow, which we don't want. No, it defeats the purpose. Why? Alright. Oh no! Okay, can we go up higher and win anyways? Do we win anyways? Oh, going up higher works. Going up higher works. Oh, not quite where we want it, but let's max it out. Let's max it out. Yeah, let's max it out. No, we're getting shade. We're getting shade. Oh, no more shade. Okay, so this is the point where there's no shade. All right, cool. Is it? No, there's still more shade. It's even popping up a little more to the left, honestly. Okay, there we go. And now we can move this a little bit forward. Oh, the shade is from this hitting it on the plane. Okay, so what we can do is we can move the light slightly forward. There we go, slightly forward. Yeah, slightly forward, which means we can move this slightly forward. And now that that's slightly forward, we got it! Look at the text! The text is popping out! Let's go! Okay. We need to maintain those curves. We're maintaining those curves. This is a little bit of a hotspot. What we can do is we can decrease the highlights in photo editing software, and then we should be good. So it's either that. Do we do this or do we do this? Oh, this makes more sense. This makes more sense. Boom, that makes a lot more sense right there. However, I do want to be closer a little bit. Yeah, that or a little higher. Yeah, because there's a disconnect there. Okay. Boom. Right there. The light is right there. You see that? You see that light? Whoa. So if I cover this one up, right? It's gone. Put it back. Right back. Whew. Whew. Or do I just do this? Because if I do this, there's a big gap. If I make it slightly smaller, there's less of a gap, but it's still there. I don't like the gap is the problem, right? For example, the three sections here. This right here, this weird gap in between, sucks. It's a gap. Like it's not even funny, man. Okay, that's less of a gap, but it still looks like a gap though, right? And then the bottom like falls off into shadow because this is made out of white. of black. Therefore, it's acting as a negative. And since it is acting as a negative, we can technically just do this. Right? We can just put a piece of paper, call it a day. Okay, the piece of paper is not that great. It is diffuse, don't get me wrong. And I like how it's being lit. But at this point, I'd rather have this lighting the right-hand side because it's much wider. Right? Yeah. The right-hand side because it's much wider. So we can bring this closer to the bottom. Right? As you can see, I'm just moving this one fill light. Yeah, we'll soften it by widening it to the side. Right, so I'm just using it in a weird sideways slant. Boom. Okay. We're widening it. Alright. And then we're gonna widen it even further from the right-hand side by adding this fill. Boom. Okay, we got a shot here. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boom. Maybe we want to go lower for this shot. Yeah, I think lower would have been better. That way we can see the curves a lot more. We're gonna make the curves pop. Making it pop. Alright. Take another photo. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, that's still shaky. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, it's less shaky. Let's go. All right. It's been a while. It's been a while. So we're good. We have gotten a bunch of photos. We can effectively call it. We're gonna make this photo shoot again in the future. But what we can do is do this here, right? We're gonna take this a little closer. Boom. All right. Take it a little closer. All right. The usual stuff. All right. Honestly, let's move this back. here. Yep. Then we'll move you right there. Okay. Right there. Boom. Let's move our composition to vertical. Okay. Okay. Boom. All right. See that edge. Boom. Look how sharp that edge is. There is a little bit of chromatic aberration, but you got the edge. You got the rest of the mouse. It is tack sharp. All right. We are going to find out what else we can do with this, because that is way too much. We're gonna take this away, as you can see. All right. I don't like what it's getting here in the bottom. I don't know what it's getting it from. Oh, I see. It's just this bottom section. Okay, but that's fine. That's fine. We're going to add a lot of neg fill for that. We're going to add a lot of negative fill in order to negate that as much as possible. There we go. I think because we're able to, I can expand this. I know how to, right? So, can I expand it this way? Yes, that is better. Boom. Okay, and then we're gonna go as close as possible without actually getting a shadow in. There we go. Boom. Downside is now we have this weird section here. What other? Oh, okay. Ha! Ta-da. Wait. It'll be yellow though. This will be yellow. Oh, we have a black section. There we go. Boom. All right. So we have that. That's good. That's a shot. All right. that is a shot. However, I also don't have any props in the background. So we're gonna grab a couple of things. We are going to take that. Yeah, there we go. Razor. So we'll take a clean shot first, actually. Let's take a clean shot first. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There you go. Yeah, this is moving way too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boom. All right, so we got some decent photos. Wait, am I doubling as a fill? I'm doubling as a fill! No way. Oh. All right, so I have to step away. All right, I have to step away, guys. All right, one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boom. All right, we got those. All right. We have that. Let's see how this goes. This is a little too slanted to the left. We need to slant it to the right because we need the side buttons to be shown. Right? So we're gonna take this. I'm gonna pull it off. And this is why I don't want to do that. This is why. Like, holy Jesus. Like, what the hell? Oh, I didn't even realize that we were on the one camera. There we go. This is why I don't want to do it. Look at that. Look at that gunk. Yeah. I have to pull it off as well. It won't affect the mouse just because it's on a part where it doesn't really touch anything. But it might turn it from 49. Was it 49 or was it 59? I can't remember. From 54 grams, you know, to 55 grams, you know? It's not that great. Like, I would avoid it if I can. Alright. Boom. Most of it's gone. I'm gonna press this in. This time I'm gonna put it up to the other side. There we go. Boom. As you can see, now it's like that. There we go. Now you can see the other side. Boom. That's nice. Okay. All right. Look at that. I don't hate it. I don't hate this one. This is good. This is good. We're missing just that razor section. It's a little too much or too little. So we're gonna add a little bit of fill in there. Oh, not tall enough? Are we not tall enough? Where do we want it? Right there. Oh, right there. Right there. Way too. We're not tall enough. We're not tall enough. We have to hold it. That's the sad part. We have to hold it. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, but the razor is still not there. It's still not there. Is it just because we are too sharp? Is this because we're too sharp? Yeah, because I can't see that. Can you? I can barely see that. That is barely visible. Yeah. I mean, I won't worry about it too much, but I still want it to be visible. Right. There we go. All right. Let's try this again. This time. This light, right, and see if I can shine it so that it does do what I believe it will. Right, does what I do believe it will. Right there. Okay, so I do need it to be. I do need to be like bam, bam, right where the Razer logo is. Right there, right where the Razer logo is. To make it easier to see until right here. Yeah, it's not easy to see until right around there. And then now I can take a photo. All right, let's take this photo. Maybe we'll do widen it a little bit so we can get. Oh, jeez. Maybe we'll widen it just so we can get a little bit of that right hand side. Or I can use this to brighten the right hand side. Come on, just stay away. There you go. Yes, brightens the right hand side. And then we can get the lighting for the razor itself. Okay, so we're gonna give this 10 seconds instead, because it's gonna be a while before I can get the actual angle for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god. No, because we're getting a shadow in there. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Boom. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got the photos that we need. Hey, we got it. We got it, motherfucker. Okay, we got the razor. It's a little hot. Okay, so it is a little hot. Don't get me wrong, it is a little hot. But do I really want to? I don't know. Oh no, I just saw the no card thing. I could have sworn I put a card in. Okay, well, we're gonna put a card in. I swear there was a card in there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where is it? I'll be right back. So, I don't even know where all my memory cards are. So, I think I thought I pulled it out for the stream, but I guess we're just redoing all of this. I'm fine. This is fine. I know how to shoot this product, so it's fine. We have a general idea of how we want it to be shot, and it'll be fine. That's all we have to know. All right. Anyways, let's go here. All right. All right. Anyways, it has been a nice one. I will see you guys next I'll see you guys tomorrow. We might just be reshooting this, or we are doing some photo editing on the photos I've already took. It's different photos, but still. God damn it. Where are my memory cards? I'm gonna see you guys next time. I just have a nice one. 9 to 10. At this point, 11 Pacific Standard Time. I gotta see you guys later. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We might be going back to the Monday schedule because we are freeing up the Mondays. Potentially. We'll see. But I'll let you guys know.